Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nilanjana Bhattacharya Nath from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Science.
Our today's topic is High Performance Liquid Chromatography, HPLC. High Performance Liquid Chromatography, or commonly known as HPLC, is an analytical technique used to separate, identify, or quantify each component in a mixture. Chromatography basically is a process by which we can separate different components, those they are present in a single solution. So this is another type of chromatography, that is HPLC. And in this case, the mixture is separated using the basic principle of column chromatography and then identified and quantified by spectroscopy. In the year 1960s, the column chromatography, that is liquid chromatography with its low pressure glass columns, was further developed to HPLC. HPLC thus basically highly improved form of column liquid chromatography. Instead of a solvent being allowed to drip through a column under gravity, it is forced through under high pressures of up to 400 atmospheres. The next topic is the principle of HPLC. The purification takes place in a separation column between a stationary and a mobile phase. So as we all know, in case of the basic chromatographic process, there are two phases. One is stationary phase, another is mobile phase. And as the name implies, we all know that stationary phase is the fixed or stable phase, and mobile phase by which the components that we want to separate, they can migrate from one point to the another point. And in case of HPLC, the stationary phase is granular material with very small porous particles in a separation column. As I have already told you that HPLC is a type of column chromatography. The mobile phase, on the other hand, is a solvent or solvent mixture which is forced at high pressure through the separation column via a valve with a connected sample loop, that is a small tube or a capillary made of stainless steel. The sample is injected into the mobile phase flow from the pump to the separation column using a syringe. So the diagram showing the overall stage-wise process, as I have told you in the principal part. Next, subsequently, the individual components of the sample migrate through the column at different rates because they are retained to a varying degree of interactions with the stationary phase. And after leaving the column, the individual substances are detected by a suitable detector and passed on as a signal to the HPLC software on the computer. At the end of this operation, a chromatogram in the HPLC software on the computer is obtained. The chromatogram allows the identification and quantification of the different substances. The next topic is instrumentation of high performance liquid chromatography. So the first instrument is the pump. So the development of HPLC led to the development of the pump system. And the pump is positioned in the most upper string of the liquid chromatography system and generates a flow of eluent from the solvent reservoir into the system. High pressure generation is a standard requirement of pumps, besides which it should also be able to provide a consistent pressure at any condition and a controllable and reproducible flow rate. Most pumps used in the current LC system generate the flow by back and forth motion of a motor-driven piston, that is also known as reciprocating pumps. And because of this piston motion, it produces pulses. Next, injector. An injector is placed next to the pump. The simplest method is to use a syringe and the sample is introduced to the flow of eluent. The most widely used injection method is based on sampling loops. The use of auto sampler, that is auto injector system, is also widely used, that allows repeated injections in a set scheduled timing. Next, column. The separation is performed inside the column The recent columns are often prepared in a stainless steel housing instead of glass column. The packing material generally used is silica or polymer gels compared to calcium carbonate. The eluent used for LC varies from acidic to basic solvents depending on our separation process, depending on our chemical nature of the sample. Most column housing is made of stainless steel since stainless steel is tolerant towards a large variety of solvent. Next, detector. Separation of analytes is performed inside the column, whereas a detector is used to observe the obtained separation. The composition of the eluent is consistent when no analyte is present, while the presence of analyte changes the composition of the eluent. What detector does is to measure these differences. This difference is monitored as a form of an electrical signal, and there are different types of detectors available. And we can see the graphical representation in our computer, and the graphical peak indicates the different nature of the component present within a mixture. Next, recorder. The change in eluent detected by a detector is in the form of an electrical signal, and thus it is still not visible to our eyes. With our naked eyes, we cannot see this kind of differences or this kind of electrical signal. So in older days, the pen paper chart recorder was popularly used. Nowadays, a computer-based data processor, that is also known as integrator, is more common. There are various types of data processors, from a simple system consisting of the inbuilt printer and word processor, while those with software that are specifically designed for the LC system, which not only data acquisition but features like peak fitting baseline correction, automatic concentration calculation, molecular weight determination, etc. Next, degasser. The eluent used for LC analysis may contain gases such as oxygen that are non-visible to our eyes. When gas is present in the eluent, this is detected as noise and causes an unstable baseline. Degassers uses special polymer membrane tubing to remove gases. The numerous, very small pores on the surface of the polymer tube allow the air to go through while preventing any liquid to go through the pore. Last column, heater. The LC separation is often largely influenced by the column temperature. In order to obtain repeated result, it is important to keep consistent temperature condition. For some analysis, such as sugar and organic acid, better resolutions can be obtained at elevated temperature, and the temperature is in between 50 degree to 80 degree centigrade. Thus, columns are generally kept inside the column oven or column heater. Types of high performance liquid chromatography. Basically, there are several types. Number one, normal phase. Column packing is polar. So the example of the polar, that is silica, and the mobile phase is non-polar. It is used for water sensitive compound, geometric isomers, that is cis-trans isomers, chiral compounds, etc. Next, reverse phase. The column packing is non-polar, but the mobile phase is water or miscible solvent, that is methanol. It can be used for polar, non-polar, ionizable, and ionic samples. Next, ion exchange. Column packing contains ionic groups and mobile phase is buffer. It is obvious that it is used to separate anions and cations. And the next is size exclusion. Molecules diffuse into pores of a porous medium and are separated according to their relative size to the pore size. Large molecules elute first and smaller molecules elute later. Next, applications of high performance liquid chromatography. The HPLC has developed into a universally applicable method so that it finds its uses in almost all areas of chemistry, biochemistry, and pharmacy. Application number one, analysis of drugs, analysis of synthetic polymers, analysis of pollutants in environmental analytics, determination of drugs in biological matrices, isolation of valuable products, product purity and quality control of industrial products and fine chemicals, separation and purification of biopolymers such as enzymes or nucleic acids, water purification, pre-concentration of trace components, ligand exchange chromatography, ion exchange chromatography of proteins, and lastly, high pH anion exchange chromatography of carbohydrates and oligosaccharides. Merits and demerits of HPLC. First advantages, the process of HPLC, the speed is much more than that of the other chromatography. It is much more efficient process, very accurate process. Accuracy is very higher than that of the other chromatographic separation. The process is versatile and extremely precise when it comes to identifying and quantifying chemical components. Next, the limitations. The first limitation is the high cost. So despite its advantages, HPLC can be costly, requiring large quantities of expensive organics. Next, the complexity. As I have discussed the overall process HPLC, it is much more complex than that of the other normal chromatographic separation process. For example, paper chromatography, thin layer chromatography, or simple column chromatography. HPLC does have low sensitivity for certain compounds, and some cannot be detected as they are irreversibly absorbed, and the volatile substances are better separated by gas chromatography. So volatile substances are not suitable for the HPLC separation process. These are the basic limitations of HPLC.
Thank you.